what are we going to talk about? I mean, it's just drama after drama after drama, and there's just no way up for Leeds United right now. Everything just seems to be like a sinking ship, and everybody wants to just like leave the club. Nothing seems to be going right on the pitch. Of course, there's only been 2 games, and we can't sit here and be negative over it. I mean, of the performance of Leeds United. I mean, of course, Birmingham beat Leeds United 1-0 in the 90th minute, and with a stupid penalty. It was a soft penalty in my opinion. But I guess we're just going to be talking a little bit more about it. I mean, I don't know about you, but that lineup kind of worried me in a sense, because yes, of course, I kind of predicted a little bit of a similar lineup to the Cardiff game with Meslier, Ayling, Struijk, Cresswell, Byron, Ampadu, Gray, of course, them 2 was in the middle, Shackleton on the wing, which I don't understand because Poveda was playing in the 10 role. Like, I don't understand that, because if you saw him in pre-season, you saw him in the game against Cardiff, look how effective he was on the wing. He would dribble past people, he would cut inside. It's a little bit like the situation with Jack Harrison, you know, under Jesse Marsh, where he kept on getting played in the cam role, in the number 10 role, and it's just like, why? Why are you getting played out of position? Why is the manager doing this over and over again, instead of playing like either JB and push Gray forward a little bit, or bringing Greenwood, or just, I don't know, just bringing like Sonny Perkins, you know? Why is a centre midfielder of Shackleton playing right midfield when Poveda was the one who was playing on in the number 10 role? Maybe they were switching it, because I didn't really get to see the game, because obviously the streams weren't working, and for some reason LUTV just won't work for me. So what I was doing while I was going around every like content creators videos, and I was listening onto the audio and stuff like that. So everything that I'm talking about is everything that I've picked up, and in a sense, use my own analysis to break the whole game down. And if that is the case, Shackleton did play on the wing, Ayling as well. Them 2 just don't go together. Ayling had another poor game. He just left his man. Dembele was just, in a sense, running circles around him, of course. Meslier and all the conceivable goal, and fair play to him, but we need to do something about this right back position, or the way Daniel Farke is setting up, because we can't continue playing inverted if we're going to be constantly exposed on the wing. We can't be doing that, because if you saw the game against Cardiff, look how look how much Callum Grant had space. The amount of space that Dembele had. Fair enough, there was times where Luke Ayling did okay and man marked him okay, but at the same time, we looked open in some areas. Fair enough, so did Birmingham, and there was times where Leeds United should have punished them. But it's just the same old thing, isn't it? The effort is there, and we can say this all the time. Like we're Vibe FC, we're effort FC. That's it. When it comes to the final third, who's going to finish the game? Who's going to finish these chances? We had Rodrigo. He's not here now. He's gone. Are we in a sense missing Patrick Bamford? Would Patrick Bamford in these moments be able to score goals? I don't know, because we're not going to be able to see until he comes back until the after international break. Same with Joseph. So we are screaming out now for a number 9, because Joe Gelhardt again. Where is he? We kept on looping the ball up to him. He's about 5'4", you know? He's a bit taller than that, but you get what I mean. And we're trying to like loop the ball into the box. Dan James is about 5'6". Gelhardt's about 5'7" or something like that. Poveda's about 5 foot, you know? So we've got all these players, in Shackleton as well. He's about 4 foot. So we've got all these players coming up against like 6'4", 6'5" players, trying to like win crosses and stuff like that. How are we ever going to do that if we don't have any like quality players or tall players in the air? We're not going to be able to do that. So the depth of Leeds United right now is worrying. Of course, it's only been 2 games, and we need to give them a chance. We need them to be able to, in a sense, implement, or Daniel Farke to be able to implement his system, his tactics. But how far is this going to go? How far are the injuries going to go? How far is the players going to reject playing for Leeds United, and they're going to want away from the club? We all know the situation with William Monto. Tyler Adams is probably going to get a move away. We don't know what's happening with Sinisterra. I mean, apparently he got a knock against Shrewsbury, but we just don't know exactly what's happening with him, you know? So with that team, it doesn't look like we've just come down from the Premier League. If you compare it to the likes of Leicester and Southampton, yes, Southampton drew 4-4 in Norwich today, but at the same time, they've got more quality going forward. They've got more quality in their team than what we do. So when are we going out there to buy 4 or 5 more players, even 6 players, to be able to boost that depth, boost the quality of our team? Because if we continue playing like this, fair enough, we can play possession-based football. Fair enough, we can tighten up the defence. But who's going to score our goals? Where is the goals going to come from? You know? And it was a lackluster performance. Of course, the effort was there. But the quality on the ball, the quality of Leeds United as a whole, it's just not there until we be able to get our main players back. Somerville hopefully will be back soon. Rutter's now back. Hopefully Jack Harrison will be back soon. Bamford, Joseph. We need these players, because if not, we're not going to do as well as we thought. I thought we were going to finish 4th, and I'm going to still stand by that because there's still a lot of games to go. But something needs to happen in this January transfer window. Sell Monto, sell Tyler Adams, and invest big. Invest big, because if we are struggling with the team that came down, then we're not going back up. You just have to look at Coventry. They beat Middlesbrough 3-0. They sold, what was it, Gokares to Sporting Lisbon. They sold Hamer to Sheffield United. They won 3-0 against Middlesbrough, who were promotion candidates, you know? So we have to put into perspective that, is our team not good enough? Or is the Championship a lot harder than we expected? Because when we came straight back down, there was a lot of fans saying that we're going to be finishing in the automatic position, and it's still a possibility. I'm not sitting here and saying it's not. But can you see us finishing in the top 2 with the performances against Cardiff? Fair enough, the second half was fantastic. We played really well. But the game today, of course we're going to have poor performances. Of course that's going to happen. But we need these players. We need to invest. We need to bring our injured players back in quickly to see how far we can achieve. Like Hull City, they beat Sheffield Wednesday 4-2 today, you know? So, and Ipswich as well, Leicester. So teams are slowly walking away. We're only 5 points behind Ipswich and Leicester. So I'm not trying to sit here and say the season's over, because it's not. I'm not worried. I'm not too worried. I'm just angry. I'm just disappointed with how everything's just happened today. I still think that we'll finish in 4th place. But we need to, in a sense, give Farke the chance, because I believe he's the right man for the job. I personally think Daniel Farke is the right man to take Leeds United forward. I do. It just has to take time, and we know that with his Norwich team. It took him 2 seasons to get back into the Premier League. And personally, I think a lot of Leeds United fans are going to have his head if we do not go back up straight away. I personally think it would be okay if we can finish in the playoffs. Great, fantastic. Then we move from there. You know, we invest more. We invest into bigger players, into a bigger project, and then hopefully the season after we can get promoted. But if he finishes us in mid-table, where does that leave him? Does he walk? Does the Leeds fan base become very toxic, that he doesn't want to be here anymore? I mean, there's a possibility, isn't there? There's a possibility that he could walk. Anything can happen. And with the amount of stuff that's going off the pitch, who would blame him, you know? The amount of stuff that he has to deal with, the stress he has to deal with within the first few weeks of being at the club. Yes, he would have known all this. He would have known every situation surrounding Leeds United. And it's a slow progress, it's a slow project, but things need to change. The players are slowly buying into his system, but the final third has to change, and it is what it is, you know. I mean, I'm very disappointed with everything that's going on with Willie Monto and Tyler Adams, and just the way, just in a sense, how slow the 49ers are doing business. Of course, they want to be able to make sure that it's the right man and the right price and all this type of stuff, but at the same time, we're behind any other club. We're so behind any other club when it comes to transfers, the quality on the pitch, and just being able to promote Leeds United as a team. You know, of course, we go on to West Brom next game, which isn't going to be easy because I think the one today. So that one is going to be a test. I thought we was going to get around about 6 points in this month. We've got West Brom and then we've got Ipswich. 2 very difficult games, and Daniel Farke came out and said that Birmingham was going to be one of the hardest games for him, and it's his bogey team, you know. He always seems to struggle about them, but I want to give credit to Birmingham because with how they're set up and didn't really let Leeds, in a sense, penetrate them as much as Cardiff did. They stayed compact and they tried sitting back and they got us on the counter-attack. Fair enough, Leeds played well too in a defensive area. But there was times where Birmingham easily opened up Leeds United, and that's worrying because we have quality. Oh well, we have players that played in the Premier League for 3 years, so we should be learning this by now. We should be seeing these little mistakes. And yes, okay, the Championship isn't as as high quality as the Premier League, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're playing in Championship or League Two. You still have to try and get rid of these little mistakes, and Leeds United are making the same ones over and over and over again. So congratulations to Birmingham, of course. I said in my pre-match this morning that they've got a good squad and I think they're going to have a decent season. So in a sense, in a scrappy game, Birmingham came out on top. So it is what it is, and we move on. We move on to West Brom and we go from there. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm a little bit frustrated, a little bit disappointed in the result. But until after we've played 10 to 12 games, then we can start seeing, or in a sense, judging where we're going to be finishing in the season. So just try not to worry. I know we're going to be disappointed, we're going to be angry, upset, whatever, but still early yet. So let's just keep the faith and let's believe in Daniel Farke. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, turn on the post notifications, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.